Nissan. Save on the action-packed Nissan lineup today at the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event. And by Jack in the Box. The double bacon sourdough jack has slice after slice after slice after slice of bacon. Try it at Jack in the Box. Almost ready for the finale to kick off. Finally, for the Dodgers at Progressive Field. Let's take a look at the electric performance brought to you by the all-new Nissan Ariya. Of course, it's Mookie Betts, who pushed his hitting streak to 11 games with a 5-for-5 performance last night and this morning or afternoon.
Or one of those. And I'll tell you what, his on-base percentage is higher than that. Of course, it's at .609 in those 11 games. 5 hits already, and you can't take him out of the lineup. He's got to lead off still.
He's atop the starting lineup driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers, but as a second baseman today. Freddie in there at first. David Peralta batting third and left. Max Muncy cleaning up, but back into the field at third base. Jason Hayward in right. James Outman in center. Michael Busch back in as the DH in the 7th spot. Kike Hernandez at short. And Austin Barnes in the 9 hole. And the challenge is a very talented and very big rookie, Gavin Williams, 6'6", 24 years young, who right now, Oral, seems to be hitting his stride. He's been getting better the last handful of starts.
Yeah, the walks are high, the 24, but that's getting better. The velocity's actually going a tick up as he gets more comfortable. He's getting more aggressive. The strikeouts are already over a strikeout an inning, and this is a young man that they really think they can build a foundation around. 95.7, but it is rising, and he goes all the way down to 76 miles an hour. A 20-mile-an-hour difference between the fastball and the slowest pitch, which is his curveball. That is a huge difference, and he can get a lot of swings and misses.
That changed primarily to left-handed batters. Fastball, slider, curveball. You hear the more popular than ever word extension when talking about Gavin Williams as well. And he will face a pair of MVP candidates to begin his 12th start of his first season. Mookie now batting .308 on the year with a .1006 OPS, the best in the National League. First pitch from Williams, 95-mile-per-hour fastball for strike one. And that OPS for Betts, second only to Shohei Ohtani. We found out earlier today has a tear in his UCL, which is just a bummer, objectively, for baseball fans. And Ohtani go down with an injury, even though how much time he will miss, because he, again, also hits, that's to be determined. But Betts atop the senior circuit.
Ohtani pretty much was the slam dunk MVP over there on the AL side. I don't know if that'll cut in there. He'll still be in the top 3, and he might end up still being number 1.
Williams with his 1-2 pitch to Betts, who swings and pushes one the other way. Fly ball to right. Hustling after it is Will Brennan. And that's an out.
Hard for you to say it.
Out? Mookie Betts he's out.
Don't use retired, because he's got 9 more years on the contract. So that's got to be very strange to him.
Strange for us to see today, for sure.
I'm usually only on the bench. Like, I don't even know when I'm on the bench, when I'm not hitting.
Freddie Freeman's turn. Fastball high.
.96 that might feel like 100 because of how close he gets to the hitter.
So that one high, arm side. 2 balls, no strikes on Freeman, who had 3 hits in game number 2. Singles and a double, an RBI and a run scored as well. Right now at .335 on the year. You see that change in velocity, change in speed, dropping in a 74-mile-per-hour curve.
Yeah. 96 down to 74, 22 miles an hour. It only takes about 12 miles an hour to really get a swing and miss.
Hit on the ground to second. 2 away. Well, the Guardians pitching coach Carl Willis, we talked a little bit about in the earlier game, was discussing Williams and his growth and development, and he said, look, the stuff has never been a question with him. He has dominated, every step of the minors. You see the strikeout numbers even here in the major leagues, but the biggest difference maker for him recently has just been the way he approaches the game. He's not deferring as much to opponents. It's like, it's okay to respect your opponent. We don't need to give him that much. So he's not waiting to attack as much.
It's the beginning of feeling like you belong. And when you start to feel like you belong, then you start to compete on a different level. And that different level doesn't have to be with physical ability. It can be with the mental side of the game.
Strike two fouled back by David Peralta.
When you first get called up from the minor leagues, a lot of times you're thinking, I have to hit the catcher's glove every time. Or if they start getting hits on you, you start feeling like I have to avoid the bat. And so you get into really bad counts. Once you get to a point where you're not thinking about the hitter or being so precise and you're just back within yourself on the mound, it's a lot more comfortable feeling and you get all of your potential to come out.
Williams 1-2 to Peralta. Another ground ball to second. And that is a 1-2-3 first inning for Williams. 12 pitches needed to retire the side. Caleb Ferguson will open things up for the Dodgers when we come back. SoCal Honda dealers looks a lot different from game two, except for at the top, Stephen Kwan and Jose Ramirez, though Ramirez now the DH. Cole Calhoun, who had the big home run in the series opener, he's batting third at first base. Ramon Laureano shifts to center as the cleanup batter. Andres Jimenez at second base, Gabriel Arias at short, Will Brennan in right, Tyler Freeman at third, and Bo Naylor behind the plate. There's Terry Francona, a future Hall of Fame manager, watching Caleb Ferguson finish his warm-up pitches as he will open this game and try and wash away his series opening performance. He came in with traffic on base, two base runners that belong to Bobby Miller. Both of them scored, and then three more charged to Caleb.
It was all done with 2 outs. His first batter he faced was Miles Straw, and he grounded out to make it the second out. But after that, the guy who's coming to the plate singled off him on a little blooper, and that really started to open up the floodgates.
Would love to see the Columbus, Ohio native finish up his regular season appearances in his home state with a good one. This pitch to Kwan, 95 miles per hour, foul back for a strike. Kwan 1 for 8 in the series. There was one hit, a big one in the 7th inning of game 1, tied the game at 3. Did not offer. Former national champion at Oregon State under legendary head coach Pat Casey. Of all the talent that they had on that 2018 team for the Beavs, Kwan was the one who kind of got lost, because grounds it. Freddie Freeman with the stop. Give him gold.
Well, the only way they've gotten it by him in game 2 is the chopper over his head. And here, if you've got it within his reach, he's going to glove it. And he records it himself. 3U on your score pad.
Gold Glover denying Gold Glover. Now, Jose Ramirez, a silver slugger. Good pitch from Caleb Ferguson. Bruce Dreckman calling balls and strikes. Stu Sherwater now at first. Mark Wegner at second. Malachi Moore at third base.
Ramirez, another Guardian that got a base hit up at Caleb Ferguson, his first outing in this series. A ground ball base hit to right field that extended that inning.
Second of 3 straight hits off Ferg. Kwan and Ramirez both singles, and then Calhoun homered. So I actually really like the play. Obviously, maybe this was unintentional. Caleb Ferguson getting called to open this game against this part of the order. That's a line out to left. And now let's take a look at the Dodger defense presented by Defender. Mookie Betts. A 39th start at second base. No big deal.
Well, he's crossed over the halfway mark on how many times he's been out in right field a while ago, and he actually has played some shortstop. He's the best utility man in all of baseball.
Ever?
I would say so. Caleb Ferguson with much better luck here than in the first outing he had, because Kwan was a blooper. Ramirez was a routine ground ball that found a hole, and then Calhoun's home run was just kind of windblown right down the right field line. So he gives up louder contact to Ramirez and gets a line out to left field. Gets Kwan on a ground ball that was hit approximately the same speed as Ramirez's ball that was off of him, but this one is to Freddie Freeman, and now he gets a shot at Calhoun.
Oh, and he hits Calhoun.
Literally gets a shot at Calhoun.
First base given to the first baseman. Relatively new spot for him. He was a Gold Glover in the outfield for the Halos about 8 years ago. Two out, one on. Ramon Laureano now.
Laureano has not seen Caleb Ferguson in this series. This is a new matchup for these two.
New home for the longtime Athletic and Laureano, now 29 years old. Just 182 games played over his last 2 full seasons. It's injuries, but most infamously a suspension for a positive PED test.
His lip slipped a little bit, or I don't know if it was just some frustrations with ball 3. He's the first Dodger pitcher to take them out in the first inning that doesn't have a lead.
It's 3-0 in there for strike one.
Dodgers have scored in both first innings of the first 2 games.
It's Ryan Yarbrough. Warm-up tosses in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Flies foul. Caleb's worked it full. Now the payoff. A ground ball through the right side into right field. Calhoun will hold up at second.
Routine ground ball, hit pretty firmly, but does find the hole in the defense.
Andres Jimenez, the batter, second baseman. Ferguson delivers a strike.
Big out here to keep the momentum from game 1. And it's game 2 of the series, but game 1 that we finished today.
Rolls foul, 0-2. And keep the torch lit for the bullpen that delivered 7 shutty in that game.
That was a nice response to the rough outing that Caleb had. Dave Roberts, Mark Pryor getting right back out there.
Is 0-2. Grounded to second. Mookie's got it. Ferguson strands a pair. Scoreless after 1.
Dodger fans, you can now stream Dodger baseball at home or on the go with the Spectrum Sportsnet app. Sportsnet LA is available 24/7 to authenticated subscribers, so download the Spectrum Sportsnet app today.
Max Muncy will kick off the second for the Dodgers. Series on the line here. LA and Cleveland. And a series win streak on the line for the Dodgers. If they were to win today or lose today, lose the series, win the series.
Okay, gotcha. I was thinking they have only won 1 in a row, but yeah, series win streak on the line. Now I get it. I didn't see the punctuation.
2-1 the count on Max.
Does Gavin Williams look like he should be playing over at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse where LeBron used to play? He's a big boy.
Yeah, he is. Listed 6'6", 250. Twice drafted. First out of high school. Cape Fear High in 2017 by the Rays. Did not sign.
Power forward, I thought.
He did not sign as the 30th rounder. Now once he gives a souvenir, count 2-2. So he decided to go to college, East Carolina, in Greenville, North Carolina. But really didn't find his footing until his breakout senior year for Williams. 10-1 that year with a 1.88 ERA, 81 in the third innings, 130 strikeouts as the American Athletic Conference's pitcher of the year. Got Max full.
I thought I heard Max almost wince or yell, but he didn't get hit. It was almost a Calhoun payback.
3-2. Max rolls it to short.
I think the biggest help from the new rules as far as the shift rules for left-handed hitters has been the fact that they can't put somebody in short right field. That at least those line drives drop in. A lot of the pull ground balls are still kind of captured because they can really force everybody over to the right side, at least up to the middle. But a lot of those line drives that Jason Heyward would hit, that Max Muncy would hit, David Peralta would hit. That short right field, kind of like the rover. That outfield grass is open now.
You know, Jason Heyward was on the bench for the second game of the series. The time of that game was 2 hours and 56 minutes. The time of the delays in that game officially was 2:49. As that's sprayed foul. But as we discussed in the series opener, rain delays at Progressive Field not new to Jay Hay.
This ninth inning rain delay came with a 6-1 lead, so I don't think he had to give an inspirational talk to the Dodgers.
But he will give them a 1-out base hit here in the top of the second of game 3.
That would be cold as ice to Guardian fans. Talking about Jay Hay and end of game motivational speeches during a rain delay.
On in front of James Outman. James had a base hit and a run scored to go along with 4 strikeouts in game 2. Hayward takes off for second base. Outman swinging and grounding it foul.
Well, they haven't seen Gavin Williams before, so the watch probably told them that it was safe to go. The delivery time so far from the stretch probably a little bit too slow.
Inside.
And there's nothing better than making a young pitcher concentrate a little extra on the running game. Maybe rush his delivery. When you rush your delivery, you leave the ball up. Breaking ball doesn't break as much. The fastball doesn't have as good a location.
Not running. Strike 3 at the bottom of the zone. Froze Outman.
That's a good breaking ball right there. That's the slider at 85. Slider easier to throw and to get it quickly to home plate as far as your delivery, because you don't have to get to the front of the baseball like you do a curveball. You have to have more patience with the curveball with a runner on to get to the front of the baseball. Your delivery can be a little bit longer compared to the slider. You're just trying to get to the top of the baseball.
Here's Michael Busch, DH for the second time in this series, up with Hayward on first base, 2 out in second. Busch was 0 for 3 with a pair of punch outs in game 1. Now in danger of another in game 3. Williams 0-2. Beats Busch with the fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts. Strands Hayward. Donuts. Bottom second time, and it's Ryan Yarbrough. Maybe the countdown will kick off to 10 strikeouts in this game. If that happens, everyone tomorrow will get a free Jumbo Jack. Go to Jack in the Box, buy a large drink in the LA area, and get a free Jumbo Jack.
Ryan Yarbrough, since becoming a Los Angeles Dodger, has had 12 1/3 innings of outstanding pitching, only 2 earned runs. And both of those runs were solo home runs.
He's like Clayton. The only way teams are getting to him.
Exactly. But you know what? It's great when you starting pitcher, relief pitcher, if that's the way they're getting you and you're not letting a lot of people get hits or walks, and that they happen to kind of scratch one across as it crosses over the fence, that's a good way to get it.
Gabriel Arias, 2 for 8 in the series. He's punched out a few times. Grounded through off the glove of Kike. He's in the perfect position between he and Betts.
He gets in on him with the fastball. Just A 3-hopper with not much velocity, just perfectly placed. Like the gappers in the outfield that cost you 2 bases that thread the needle, that one just costs you 1 in the infield.
A strike to Will Brennan. Brennan had an impact in the opener, going 3 for 4 with a run scored.
Isn't it odd calling that game an opener?
I don't know what day or game
top
this
of the
is
third
anymore.
it was.
And that's a base hit for Brennan. Arias will cut the bag at second. First and third, nobody out for Cleveland.
Another well-positioned ground ball. This one not on a fastball, but on a breaking ball away, and he just hooks it in the hole over there.
So some stress for Yarbrough with Tyler Freeman stepping in. First pitch grounded foul. One to the kid from Etiwanda High School in Rancho Cucamonga, as we talked about, from Southern California. Now facing the Dodgers. A right-handed batter with reverse splits. Numbers against right-handed pitchers much better than they are against lefties. .328 batting average compared to .162 against lefties. Those marks entering this series. Yarbrough ahead of him 1-2. Yes, he did. It's a big strikeout for Yarbrough.
There were 2 strikes, and I think he might have got 2 strikes on this pitch. It looked like it should have been a called strike, plus he got the swing. It's a really good breaking ball, and I can't imagine this ball did not cross the plate with where Austin Barnes caught it. We saw one other Ryan today pitch out of a first and third no-out jam, and that was Ryan Brazier. Let's see what this Ryan has to do.
Bo Naylor in the 9 spot, waves at strike 1. Our 29th overall pick back in 2018. Still just 23 years old. Organization has had high hopes for him.
Oh my.
Okay. 1-1.
Oh, what a Hall of Fame pitch.
Wow.
First and third, 1 out, 0-1 count. You just dotted it. Zone is very tight right now.
They're trying to figure it out here in the bottom of the second. And that one looked a little north. So now it's 2-1 instead of 1-2. And we got a little rundown situation here. You're keeping an eye on third base with Arias, who's coming home. The throw from Freeman is not in time.
Kike makes a mistake here. Kike's mistake is he's not running and keeping his head on swivel, and he's also running too fast to shut it down. He's running fast because he wants to record the out really quickly, but he's too far from the runner to run that fast. He's not going to catch him in time to cut down the runner at third if he needs to break down his stride. And so by the time Freddie Freeman gets the ball, it's too late.
And Brennan moves up to second, so he's in scoring position for Naylor. Now the 2-1 pitch.
And you just watch Kike. That is the right thing in a rundown. He gets the ball early because it's a pickoff. It's not a typical rundown where you are gaining ground on the runner and you're close to him, so you run quickly into the ball, immediately tag the runner. When it's a pickoff, Freeman has to unload it quick.
And that's a fair ball down the line, ripped by Naylor. Brennan's going to score without a play. An RBI double for Naylor, and it's 2-0 Guardians. What a sequence and change there. It's a matter of a minute.
Yeah, some details that we normally don't see the Dodgers fail at. And Kike, who plays all over the diamond, it probably might be the only play this year where he is part of a rundown on a pickoff from a left-hander in a first and third situation. So there's some forgiveness and grace there for sure. But if you ask him later, he'll tell you that he didn't do it right.
Juan bunts and gifts an out to Yarbrough.
Trying to drag it by the lefty, kind of like in game 2, which was game 1 today, that Miguel Rojas did in a situation where he pushed a bunt by a long, tall lefty. This one, they didn't get it on the ground.
The top of the zone is just not going to be there based on what we've seen so far from Bruce Streckman. And by the way, I said earlier that Malachi Moore was at third base. He was calling balls and strikes for game 2 today, but it's actually Lou Williams, the reserve umpire, who's now in the game. That's lifted to left. Easy to handle for Peralta. Has it on the warning track, but it's Cleveland that strikes first with 2 in the second.
Take home an Austin Barnes bobblehead presented by Yamava on Saturday, September 2nd, when the Dodgers take on the Atlanta Braves. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Perfect timing on that heads up, Kirsten, because Austin Barnes due up second in the top of the third. The Dodgers chasing 2. Kike Hernandez leading off against Gavin Williams. And now with the sun shining bright down on Progressive Field, you see the shadows that will impact these batter-pitcher matchups. And Hernandez laces one to left center field. This ball hanging up and will hit off the wall. That's the second double of the series for Kike as he slides in safely.
Well, he had a 2-out double with second and third earlier in this series, and this one he gets under some really nice backspin into the left center gap. Carries far enough for 2. Nice little pop-up slide at the end to make sure he's safe. Got to watch when you switch feet there on the pop-up slide, because you are off the bag, kind of like you're in the air when you're running. Both feet end up in the air.
A long look from Gavin Williams before delivering a fastball for a strike by Austin Barnes. He was starting to get rolling a little bit offensively here. It's in his last 3 games played. 4 for 7 in that span. A homer, 2 ribbies, 2 runs. Those ribbies huge. Game tying and game winning.
You'd like to see Austin get rolling offensively, you know, not only for the team, but just for himself. And he could really save the year for himself, not in bringing the batting average up or the total RBIs or hits, but just bringing up the spirits of the team. They really pull for him. And there could be some exciting at-bats down the road here.
Called strike 2, despite the ball popping out of Naylor's glove. Barnes shaking his head.
Well, he's been back there catching a few pitches from his pitchers that he's wondering about the strike zone.
Barnes bounced to the left side, snared short by Arias. Kike moves up to third.
Nice job by Kike right there, moving up. If you can make the ball go over your left shoulder as a runner, you can break to third. If it's going to be off of your right shoulder, even though and it's in front of you, you don't. And Kike reads it off his left shoulder and breaks right away. Even if it's off your left shoulder, if you hesitate, you can probably get thrown out at third, and he did not hesitate at all.
You can flip the lineup over. Gavin Williams now facing Mookie Betts for the second time. Strike one. And Williams got Betts to do something we haven't seen much of lately, and that's make him record an out. He flew out to right field.
The lights are not on yet, and that is sunlight. Just want to verify that.
It's been a while. Nice to see it, but again, the weather here next to the lake, it can change quick. In a few hours, they're bracing for more of it. A 1-1 to Betts. That's off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. And Mookie in game 2, 5 for 5, 5 hits in one game, tied a career high. It's the first time he's done it wearing a Dodger uniform. As Hernandez on third base with 1 out in the third. 3-1.
Post-game interview from Mookie with Kirsten. Kirsten asked him the question, okay, I'm not going to ask you completely about the 5 hits or what you're seeing, but tell me, does the ball look bigger or does the ball look slower? And Mookie goes, let's go with slower. Well, this guy throws 96, 97. I'm hoping it looks slower to him.
That one he made slower than the fastball.
Yeah, the slider at 87.
It's a tighter slider.
It is a tighter slider, and especially can act like a cutter when he can go all the way down to 74 with the curveball.
So now it's 3-2. Williams to the MVP candidate. Mookie slashes one to right field to get the Dodgers on the board.
He slowed 98 miles an hour down. He comes off an 85 mile an hour slider that looks like a cutter, but then he stays on 98 at the top of the zone, getting the barrel above the ball, which is so hard because as you swing the bat, the barrel wants to drop, and so you have to be extra strong with your top hand and your discipline and the strength of your shoulders to keep that barrel above the ball and hit that line drive.
89th RBI as the leadoff man. Pitch swinging for Freeman.
Check out this swing by Mookie from the side. Hands, barrel, all have to be above the ball, and he fights hard to keep that front shoulder up.
Seen him do it in different ways. Collect 24 hits now the last dozen games.
You're talking about that guy standing at first.
Yes. And now Freeman hits one hard. That gets down into right field. It'll get to the wall. He lost the bucket. Second and third for the Dodgers with 1 out. Another double for Freddie Freeman.
It used to be a couple guys would dance back. Now it's like a chorus. I don't want to call it a chorus line in the bullpen or at the bench, but they're all doing the Freddie, especially when he hits a ball like this.
Said after his last double, hey, he's now 6 away from the franchise record. You know, I'll take the over. And
is he at 5
he's
now?
got another one, 5 away. Yeah. That was number 47 on the year. The record is 52. Frederick chasing Frederick. Frederick Charles Freeman. Johnny Frederick.
I get it. I'm with you.
Big spot for David Peralta. 2 in scoring position with 1 out. A little bouncer right side. Mookie coming home. He'll score. The ground out ties the game at 2.
Mookie with the base hit to drive in a run, then good base running to get to third and give Dino Ebel a possible send home on the double by Freeman. And now the quick break on the chopper. He reads it as his momentum is coming towards home. And as the read was finished, he said, yeah, I can go.
Freeman on third for Muncy. Strike on the outer corner. And you notice Williams, he didn't even attempt. You see, I feel like a lot of young pitchers, you can see them try and force a play at the plate.
Yeah, that was some good poise, and he really, I'm sure, was taking inventory as he ran towards the ball, and it was going away from the plate and towards first base, so it kind of led him to that play. But you're right, there was no confusion in his mind of what he should do. And a good inning again for the dynamic duo.
They got 10 hits combined last 2 games, and we still got plenty of this one left. Max checks up. It's 3-1.
You almost don't want the sunshine to be out right now, because now you have to deal with some shadows.
And after playing, it's been a long day, right? A long 24 hours at this point. Beat you up a little bit more. Max does not offer the 3-1, but it hits the zone for strike 2.
Yeah, the overcast skies would be fine just now. The lights have already been on at Progressive throughout the day because it has been dimly lit with all the clouds and the rain.
Changing temperatures as well. Felt some cool breezes, some humid ones too. Welcome back to the lake, huh? That's a 2-out walk for Muncy.
That's a great eye from Max. He doesn't get a lot of singles, but he gets a lot of walks, and he hits for power. And right there is why you want him in the lineup. That and the long ball.
With Carl Willis coming out for a chat with Williams, we'll give you a word from Morongo.
Flamingo Fridays, SoCal's best nighttime pool party.
You know, something to note, you know, we were talking everybody through the weather delays here at Progressive Field, and you know, the grounds crews rolling it. We have heard that Chris Antonetti, the president of baseball operations for the Guardians, between game 2 and this game, went down to the Dodgers clubhouse and apologized to both Dave Roberts and Brandon Gomes, the Dodgers GM, who's on this trip, about how things have played out. So a tip of the cap to Chris Antonetti. He's got a great reputation within the game.
Yeah, it's really nice of him to do that and apologize for the way things were handled. You would think it would be a little bit more of a committee decision with a lot of different people offering their opinion before all of a sudden just one person would decide.
Right. '97 in off the plate, called strike 2.
Strike zone has been sporadic.
No, those shadows play with home plate umpires as well.
They do. They just started though.
Grounder right off of Williams. Freeman holds up between third and home, and the rookie recovers to throw out Hayward. The Dodgers score a pair to tie the game. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. The El Diablo Burger is back. Our rewards members can get a single for just $6.66 on the Carl's Jr. app. New ball game in the bottom of the third. Guardians jumped out to 2-0 lead in the second. Dodgers punch right back. 3, 4, and 5 against Ryan Yarbrough in the third, starting with Cole Calhoun. Between innings, we saw Ryan Pepiot take a stroll out to the bullpen. He begins his preparation to enter this game, or continues his preparation, I should say. 2 balls and a strike on Calhoun.
It looks like there was a schedule for sure that Ferguson start, Yarbrough would be second, because if Pepiot wasn't even in the bullpen, he wasn't available until after those 2 gentlemen pitch. Yarbrough's still out there.
I got a text from my friend and former teammate Chris Rose, big Guardians fan, living out in Los Angeles.
What teams did you guys play for?
Okay, guy. Pop up left side. Here we go.
That wasn't harsh.
No,
was that harsh?
No,
I apologize.
Come on. Me? You're worried about me? Come on. Anyways, back to Rosen. So he's watching the game and he says Ryan Yarbrough pitches like Cy Young against the Guardians. So I was like, I got to check out the numbers.
Yeah.
And can confirm it. Coming into today, 31 1/3 against Cleveland, a 1.72 ERA, a .86 WHIP, a 125 batting average against.
So your ex-teammate listens to all your games.
He said like vintage Kershaw.
Oh,
I didn't want to
I get it.
misquote.
But I do think it's nice that your ex-teammate listens to your games.
Yeah, Rosie was great to me.
Oh, sure. You guys were great together. Never together, but you were great.
A couple
together.
times.
Couple times, yeah. Kevin Millar, you love him?
To death.
Isn't he amazing? Amazing guy.
The best life and entertainment belongs to
on and off the air.
Correct. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Laureano. A soft liner over the head of Kike. That one kind of just fluttered and stayed in the air. Kike was like, is it going to come down? It never did. So a 1-out base hit for the Cleveland outfielder.
Jam shot that just works. It works. Part of baseball probabilities. You can make a good pitch. They can hit it weakly, but they can still get a hit.
Strike 1 to Andres Gimenez. He signed with the New York Mets in 2015, then succeeded Ahmed Rosario as New York's top prospect in the system. Debuted with the Mets in 2020, and then with Rosario were the 2 headliners in the Francisco Lindor Carlos Carrasco trade. Gimenez having that huge 2022, an all-star season, won a Gold Glove. Really came into his own, and the Guardians rewarded him with a 7-year, $106.5 million extension, the second largest in franchise history behind only Jose Ramirez's deal, 7 years and 141. Tails out of the zone. Count squares up.
Ryan Yarbrough trying to keep the Guardians right there, getting the momentum back.
Rolled over to first. Freddie's going to try for 3-6-3. Get the lead runner. He's just, his instincts there at first base, his baseball IQ, I mean everything.
And the ability, the physical ability to make that turn as big as he is and then throw it accurately. Know that you can't throw it sidearm because that'll make it tail into the back of the runner. But to do that and then to get on top of the throw, it's just an outstanding play. Oh, this is a perfect angle right here. The turn and get on top. That ball has no tail. It drives straight through and a true throw to second base.
And smart for Kike Hernandez to put it in his pocket. Gabriel Arias singled and scored the first run of the game for Cleveland. And he's got a base hit into left field. First and third for the Guardians.
Freddie doesn't make that play at second. That's a run. And that's the difference between a first baseman that's aggressive and a Gold Glover and can get it done. One that can lead you into a 3-6-3 double play or a 3-6-1 double play, but at least he got the 3-6. And the Guardians don't score.
Arias now with 2 singles off Yarbrough. Will Brennan in the batter's box. He has one himself.
The 2 runs by the Guardians in the second were the first runs today they had scored. They had 8 scoreless prior to that. The runs they scored in game 2 were all scored the day before the suspension. Now trying to keep them off the board again.
Yarbrough set for this 1-1. Fooled Brennan. Austin Barnes signaled to the infield defense and signaled to pitch to Yarbrough. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Keeps the game tied at 2 as we move to the 4th. Coverage cam is locked in on the man who is locked in, Mookie Betts, but it's not just about knocks and ribbies and homers. It's all the little things that Mookie Betts does that makes him elite, an MVP candidate, and the best pound-for-pound one-way player in baseball.
Well, you can see it with the glove. You can see it in right field, second base, shortstop some nights. You can see it in the batter's box with the power, with the average, and then you see it on the bases with the running.
Evan Williams jumps in front of James Outman. Got some help with strike 1. It was a strikeout for James his first time up, and he's on one of those lulls with a lot of strikeouts lately. 16 his last 30 plate appearances. No. One and 2.
58 pitches, only 9 outs into the game. They're doing a nice job grinding.
That's strike 3, swinging. The third punch out for Williams.
Breaking ball. James didn't get a lot of good calls in this at bat, but he did swing and miss at that one.
Another look at Michael Busch. Swings at the first pitch and lifts it in the air to center field. Laureano back at the wall. Gone! That's the first big league homer for Michael Busch, and it puts the Dodgers in front 3-2. That away, kid. You love the moment. You love the reaction from the teammates in the dugout.
Everybody can reminisce back to when they hit their first home run, when they're cheering for him right there. He came up from AAA and he was scorching hot. They got him right in there. And you know what? As soon as they had the next opportunity to get him in there, they got him in there here in the second game today, and it pays off.
Oh, heads up, Tom Hamilton. Hammy and Rosie in the booth next to us. And another look at Busch's home run, straight away center field.
They got a chance to get that souvenir for him. Somebody with the Guardians might be able to get access to that down there, or even somebody from the Dodger bullpen.
2-2 the count on Kike Hernandez. But for Busch, and gosh, what a year it has been in Oklahoma City. He told me the other night, made a mechanical adjustment with his hands, resting them on his shoulders, getting in a more comfortable position, good feel. Strike 3 called off the plate. Kike didn't like it. He's got to live with it. But for Busch, that turned into results. 24 home runs in the minors. Now just trying to bring that to the big leagues, and finally breaks through. That smile's going to be there for a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing moments. And if you can take the time to reflect right now, special memories. Not only hitting it, but just to reflect back, maybe even when you were a little kid dreaming about hitting a home run in the big leagues. Putting on that uniform, your first baseball card, your first signature bat. A lot of different things you dream about, and you have to dream hard and keep the dream alive as you move through the minor leagues and you move through parts of what turns out to be a career, but sometimes it just turns out to be amateur ball turned pro. It was a big payoff, that swing.
Fight from Austin Barnes here with 2 strikes. At 11 home runs, his final 26 games in AAA before being called up. And it's his first show home run in his second game after the call up. Austin Barnes going to want that strike zone when he comes back. He settles behind the plate, but the go-ahead blast for Michael Busch. Awesome, just awesome.
You, unless you're a freshman, with MLB.TV. Receive a free subscription to MLB.TV when you attend a game. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. If you're a freshman, you're not bringing them back. You're just taking them with you.
Got you.
But if you were a sophomore, you're bringing them back to school. I can confuse every promo. From Jumbo Jacks to MLB.TV, bring them back to school.
I am not going to throw stones from this glass house that I live in. That's a fair ball. Freddie spins and throws. What did I say, Oral? Give him gold.
Well, we highlighted Mookie last half inning with all the things that he does with the bat, with the running of the bases, with the glove. Well, the same is for the other half of the dynamic duo, and that is Freddie Freeman. Hard hit balls to first down the line. He gets softly hit balls off the bag. He gets ranging, and then the accurate throw. We saw the accurate throw to second to cut down a lead runner to prevent a run after then there was a base hit. Well, that one prevents a runner completely.
That was a fun first out of the bottom of the 4th. Dodgers took the lead in the top of the inning. Thanks to Michael Busch and his first show homer. Oh, Naylor turns on one that hooks foul. It's during Naylor's first plate appearance, and the Guardians scored both their runs. Got a double that made it 2-0 after action on the base pass, and a rundown allowed Cleveland to score the first run of the game. This one comes in as Hayward. He's got it. Took away a blue base hit from Naylor. So how about the two plays from the two best friends in this inning?
This is a tough one too. You're dealing with the sun. The glasses are on fully, but the backhand, sweet.
And the golf clap from Freddie.
Sometimes it's easier to pitch here than it is in the minors because the hitters are better, but the defense is great.
And no one's going to get that one. Line drive base hit in the left for Stephen Kwan.
He's a good-looking baseball player. He's fun to watch, and be more fun to watch in a Dodger uniform, but he is okay to watch in a Guardians uniform.
I'll tell you, his tie to the Dodger uniform, he grew up in Northern California.
Oh, so he didn't like the Dodger uniform.
But what he did like, as Jose Ramirez steps in with Kwan on first and 2 out in the bottom of the fourth, was a certain baseball player. Kwan, Asian American, half Japanese, half Chinese. So there weren't a lot of baseball players that looked like him growing up. But he gravitated toward one, and that would be Dave Doc Roberts. But he said Doc played for the wrong team back then. And it's funny, you cut to him being a college baseball prospect. Nate Yeskie, formerly pitching coach and lead assistant at Oregon State, now the pitching coach at LSU. As Yarbrough falls behind Ramirez 3-0. When Nate Yeskie was recruiting Stephen Kwan, the player comparison that he put on him was Dave Roberts. And Yeskie told me one time, I think I was a little light. He didn't mean any disrespect to Doc.
Yeah.
He was just, that's how much Kwan had developed and blossomed in front of his eyes. The second Cleveland rookie to win a Gold Glove. Can you name the first? You know him.
Kenny Lofton.
Try again.
Okay. Try again.
He may or may not have caught your ceremonial first pitch.
Sandy did. Wow. Okay. I was going to go Omar, but I didn't think he was an Indian as a rookie.
Sandy Alomar.
Wow. Way to go, Sandy. Congratulations. A little late.
Now we see Ryan Yarbrough's battle back against Ramirez. It's now 3-2. Too low, and it's ball 4. Last two have reached with 2 out. A swinging strike for Cole Calhoun. 0 for 1 was hit by a pitch. He's homered in back-to-back games. entered today, hitting above 300, 306 in 13 games since the Guardians got him from the Dodgers AAA affiliate for cash considerations.
Couple of breaking balls right here, one for a good one for a strike, and then the second one he tried to sweep out of the zone, get him to chase, but he wasn't biting.
1-1. Line to left on a line for Peralta, who's got the third out. Two great defensive plays. First from Uncle Free, the other one from Uncle Jay. Glove work, footwork from number 5, and then Jay Haig with the crack. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Dodgers 3, Guardians 2. So we begin the 5th with the top of the order. Called strike 1 on Mookie Betts. He's 1 for 2. Singled and scored. His hitting streak now at a dozen games.
Oof. There's no way that's a strike.
Oof.
Even when it begins its break, it is a ball. And when it finishes its break, it guaranteed a ball.
So now Mookie has to battle with 2 strikes.
Ball out of hand, ball at the landing.
It's well caught, framed by Naylor. So in the first actual strike, because he had to reach across, called ball 1.
That was a strike. Called the ball.
That's inside, 2-2. This has not been a light push by Mookie Betts in the MVP conversation outside Los Angeles. It has been a strong one. Ahead in wins above replacement, both Baseball Reference and Fangraphs. That's high. It's 3-2. Leads the NL in OPS. And should he complete the quest and join Frank Robinson as the second to ever win MVP in both leagues? The payoff from Williams, and Mookie goes the other way again. And again aboard.
Well, what he's doing, of course, is headlines in Los Angeles. And when you do something rare like a 5-for-5 game, that gets headlines around the nation. So he's going up the totem pole as far as people noticing it everywhere. Well, wouldn't it be nice to see this guy go long ball pretty soon? It's been a while since Freddie has gone over the fence. Take Mookie with him.
You know, Betts in this series, he's had 10 plate appearances where the opposing pitcher has gotten 2 strikes on him. He's 7 for 8 with a walk. Now Freeman will dump one down into shallow right center. Betts easily into third. Dodgers have him cornered with nobody out.
Well, the first time that these two led off the game, it was fly ball to right, and it was a ground ball to second. Now in the 5th inning, they get to do it again at the top of the order. They start, and Mookie with the base hit, Freddie with the base hit, setting the table for David Peralta.
Big swing, big miss for Peralta. Alex Vesia. Is that an arm workout? Because he did pitch the second game, or is he doing the freight train?
Well, I'm glad he's doing his right arm. We don't want his left arm to get tired.
Just stay there. Somebody notice this freight train, please.
He looked like he was pulling the string like on the old buses to ring the bell to like, hey, stop, bus driver. I need to get off.
Yeah. 2 groundouts today for Peralta, or in this game, I should say, game 3. One of them tied the game at 2. Here's the 1-1. Williams didn't like losing that one out of the hand.
Ryan Pepio up, and also action in the Guardian bullpen.
Inside, 3 balls and a strike. Hunter Gaddis, the 27th man for the Guardians. Given the 2 being played today, he is warming up.
84 pitches, only 4 innings of outs, even though we're in the top of the 5th. Dodgers doing a good job with the pitch count.
Pitch number 85 is fouled back to fill the count up.
Dodgers would love to put a crooked number on the board right here. They're trying to win this series with game 3, even though there have been most of this day as you would consider 2 games.
Three-two misses down and in. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Well, the top of the order does exactly what they're supposed to do. They could drive each other in, or they could set the table, and they have for the cleanup hitter, and that will be Max Muncy.
Hey, do you want to see that highlight rip of all the Dodger grand slams again?
I do.
Roll it.
Oh, these are the Muncy grand slams. So Max, you get the full reel. Send him a copy. He can put it on the gram.
3 of the 11 slams in 2023.
If he hits a slam right here, he will put it on the gram.
It's good content.
Yeah. Bet you
not as good as
a lot of views.
Your commercials, but they're
I
good.
Appreciate that.
Betts on third, Freeman on second, Peralta on first. Max at the dish. First pitch grounded to Calhoun at first. He comes home to get Betts. That's all the Guardians will get.
Bases loaded, no out, down by 1, top of the 5th. 4th hitter in the Dodger order up, infield in. Tito Francona saying, let's go. A lot of risk, a lot of reward. They cut down 1.
They stay loaded for Jason Hayward. Infield still in for the Guardians. Hayward skies one to center field. Laureano with a curious route, and he dropped the ball. They're going to try and throw home. The tag, not there.
Naylor is not on the plate. It is a force play. It's a force play, but he has to play the hop coming in from the outfield, and in doing that, he's preparing his body to semi-block, semi-catch, and he's away from the plate. And as he's away from the plate, they sneak in the backside. Freddie Freeman, talk about abilities, talk about reaction time, and then sliding accurately to the backside of the plate. The Guardians are not going to look at this. The Dodger run is going to count. He is not on it with his shin guard. He has the ball, and Freddie touches the plate first.
Dodgers lead is 2 after the error.
That couldn't be called an infield fly rule, and it can be when an outfielder is under it, but it has to be routine and up there for a while, and so that was not routine, and there was no infield fly rule.
Ball 2 is low. Bases loaded for James Outman. He's supplied some slams this year as well. Two balls, one strike. The pitch by Outman.
We've got some swings now from James Outman where he's kind of lost the strike zone, and then the bat doesn't look as accurate or doesn't have the velocity it used to.
Bounces it foul. Now the 2-2 one more time.
Doing a good job spoiling these 2-strike pitches, especially with a guy up there between the ears. He knows that he has struck out 7 times in his last 8 at bats. Really trying to just put the ball in play, give him a chance to get an RBI.
Pitch 96 from Williams. Another 2-2. Outman with a base hit to right. 1-1 is in. Another comes home. Throw skips away. Hayward up to third. Outman up to second.
They wanted to come fastball up and in. They made a mistake and threw it down and in, and he drops the head of the bat on it and hits a line drive. And then there's moving up on the bases to score because of the bullet to right field. But then Freeman and Outman move up when the ball gets away at second base. I think it hits off of Jason Hayward or off the bag. And that deflection, they get 180 more feet.
A single in E9 ends the day for the rookie Gavin Williams. The Dodgers lead by 4. Showed you earlier, Hunter Gaddis was warming in the bullpen. He's now into the ball game. Comes on to face Michael Busch, who's 1 for 2. That one, a big one, a special one.
It's a lifetime memory. I'm sure they'll try and get the ball back, and where he hit it is available. Everybody in that dugout knows what he's feeling. His first in the big leagues.
Michael Busch, the 7th of 8 kids, Mike and Judy. And there's no question every single member of the Busch family, immediate and extended, going crazy today. Second and third, one out. First pitch swinging and high in the air to center, and Laureano, okay, he's got that one. Tagging to score is Hayward. He will sacrifice fly for Busch. Second ribby of the day. A 7-2 game.
Way to attack the first pitch. You don't want to get to a 2-strike count when you can get an RBI with a productive out.
Torch pass to the birthday boy, Kike Hernandez. He offers it the first pitch and fouls it back. Kike's 1 for 2 in this finale with a double and a run scored. That double is 10th extra base hit in 25 games after the trade back to LA.
And that one off of a right-hander. We've seen progress against righties, and we've seen production against lefties.
Gaddis peeks at Outman. Comes home to Hernandez, who swings and misses to fall behind 0-2. And Pepiot back in the dugout.
Well, he could have walked through the tunnels, got completely warmed up, said, I've got a chance to, I'm ready. I'll just take a walk down the tunnel and get over to the dugout, and I'll be like I've started the inning, the last inning. What I did in the bullpen is this is my between innings rest.
One and two, the count on Kike. He swings and pushes one down the right field line. Brennan in foul territory, can't make the play.
That was a dangerous opportunity right there to record an out, but also get away from it unscathed. It's always fun to watch Kike play, but it's even more fun to know now that he is a much better player and he's locked in every at bat, and he feels good about his abilities and the ability to be consistent and produce.
Holds off on ball 2.
People around the club go, I like the mature Kike a lot better than the immature one, and he was a lot of fun when he was a little bit more immature, but boy, I like the production.
The 2-2 lifted right into the glove of Arias. Drifted back in shallow outfield, but a crooked number for the Dodgers, a 4 spot in the 5th.
Head to Dodger Stadium for Salvadoran Heritage Night on August 30th when the Dodgers take on the Diamondbacks. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/ticketpass.
Less than a week away, Kirsten. We welcome you back to Progressive Field. The Dodgers in front of the Guardians 7-2. 7 straight runs for the Dodgers, and there is Ryan Pepiot.
Last time out, this is the best we've seen him throw the ball in a long time. Only 1 earned run in 5 innings pitched, 5 Ks. He was pounding the strike zone, especially first pitch strikes, over 60% of the time. He's got 3 quick ones here.
Punches the ticket of Laureano. I think what was noticeable for Pepiot in that first outing against Miami, and then the way he talked about it afterwards, was the confidence and the assertiveness.
Yeah, he filled the strike zone and is confident in his stuff. And what the main thing for me is not the fastball for a strike, but really the breaking ball's now starting for a strike. He only had 3 3-ball counts, and he faced 19 batters, so he was in the zone and aggressive and confident like that. His direction is so much better now that he's come back to the big leagues. The direction with his body and his force is going right at home plate.
Ahead of Jimenez, 1-2. A reminder, he was on the opening day roster. He had broken spring training as a member of Dodgers rotation to kick off 2023. The last couple outings in spring training, one against Seattle, something kind of grabbed at him during warm-up. Outing went fine, but then the pain lingered into his game against the Angels. Back-to-back strikeouts today for Pepiot, both swinging as he gets Jimenez. When he was warming up, he was there the whole time. Adrenaline got him through his outing, but then the pain became too much. And initially, Pepiot and the Dodgers thought it's an oblique thing. But when it lingered and lingered and lingered, they had to do extensive imaging. MRI, CT scan revealed an intercostal strain. and something underneath the ribs. So something much more serious. He did not pick up a ball for 3 weeks. And to come back and basically have a whole nother spring training.
Well, if you took some ropes and you took the rope from the edge of the rubber to the edge of home plate, and on the other side of the rubber to the other side of home plate, he doesn't leave that lane now. He doesn't spin off. He doesn't fall to first base. He doesn't lose his balance. Everything he is doing is staying in the lane of home plate. So close. Whatever he's building, he is unwinding in the lane directly towards home.
1-2 to Arias. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ryan Pepiot doesn't just strike out the side, he blew it away.
And it was the fastball there up, and then that one low and away, and then one more for you, up and away.
Thanks to Ryan Pepiot striking out the side his last frame, the Dodgers are halfway home to Jumbo Jack land. 5 more strikeouts today, in this game rather, and everyone gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow for purchase of a large drink in the LA area. That's a leadoff base hit for Austin Barnes. Hits in 4 straight games. And on in front of this man, Oral.
Well, Mookie Betts is doing it all. Inside the Box Score, brought to you by Lexus. And Mookie, you could bring it to us from anybody. This guy is fantastic. On top of a fastball right there with the line drive. Base hit to right. 5 for 5. Running the bases. Using the glove. What else can you do, Mook?
He's got 5 hits today. Remember, 3 to finish up game 2 and 2 to start game 3. Head of Gaddis 2-0. Okay. Betts will now put Gaddis in the keyhole. 3-0 count. Wasn't the spot. A 4-pitch walk. Third time aboard in this one for Betts.
Dodger run production is there again today in this game. They've got 7, but they're also doing it with the leather. At first base, 3 unassisted, and now 3-6 to record the lead runner and prevent a run after the next batter got a hit, and then 3-1 put a star on both. The big lefty falling towards third base gets over there. Freddie feeds him accurately.
A pinch runner for Betts here in the top of the 6th. Ahmed Rosario. Now Freddie. Oh, what a play at third base by Tyler Freeman. Freeman robbing Freeman.
Reaction time, leaping ability, great glove right there to have it stick in the leather. Freddie's little line drive kind of curled back towards him as he sliced it over there. It was a very nice play.
It's first and second with 1 down. David Peralta. DP 0 for 2, RBI ground out. Walk and a run scored. Shot the other way, but it tails foul. I didn't think there was any way Tyler was getting to that ball, but then again, we didn't think there was any way Freddie was going to take a hit away from Tyler back in the 4th. A 1-1 grounded to Freeman. This one much more routine, but because the throw was offline, the Guardians can only get 1.
Freeman with a great play at third on the line drive, but this ground ball, he'd like to have the throwback for sure. He just hooks this to the center field side. Jimenez also at second base might have had some poor footwork to make that look worse than it was.
It's a strike to Max Muncy. Reached on a fielder's choice. 4-run fifth for the Dodgers. And later scored. Can add to this 7-2 lead. And he puts one in the air to right field. Muncy at the wall. That ball is caught. Will Brennan, who comes up hobbled but came up with the play first. Two terrific plays for the Guardian defense, one on the infield and one at the wall in the outfield.
Laker forward Rui Hachimura pays a visit to Dodger Stadium and throws out the ceremonial first pitch, and relief pitcher Gus Varland details the eventful past 9 months of his career with the Dodgers. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers. That's Saturday after the postgame show. Rui gets me, not Hachimura.
No,
Rui does.
I think it's me. I think I'm making you self-conscious.
You're not.
No, okay.
No, I'm already self-conscious of my own.
Dodgers 7, Guardians 2, bottom of the 6th. Will Brennan, who just ended the top half of this inning, taking a hit away from Max Muncy at the wall. Nice play by a fan on that foul ball.
Not only did he make a nice play, but he's egging all the other fans on to cheer him, taking a bow.
Right. 2 strikes for Pepiot, who struck out the side his first inning in the 5th.
Well, he's filling the strike zone. He's throwing about 90% strikes. That's a rare ball right there. His last 6 innings of pitched, 8 Ks, 1 walk.
Set for the 1-2. Austin arm side. Count squares up. 6 games in Oklahoma City before he was called up. 22 2/3 innings and a 3.97 ERA. 26 strikeouts in those frames. A liner into the glove of Freddie Freeman for the first out of the 6th.
Guardians are going to be like, LA, get out of here. You guys are in the wrong spot all the time. We hit the ball hard, we hit the ball soft, and you got somebody there. Defensive positioning perfect again.
Pep will take that. Strike 1 called. The 2 guys who made the plays with the leather for Cleveland last half frame and back-to-back here, 7 and 8 spots in the order respectively.
I'm starting to really love watching this kid pitch. I love the windup. I love the step back, because the step back creates linear motion where he's loading his gun in the exact direction that he wants to go. He doesn't go sideways. He goes straight back and then straight at you. And that's a strike.
Called ball 2. I guess things evening out in this plate appearance.
Well, this is a precise example, that pitch, of what they're worried about with the electronic strike zone, because the strike zone in reality is called in an oval. And so the corners are a little gray, and it becomes more of an oval than the exact definition in the rule book. And if you called it by the exact definition in the rule book and you drew it that way electronically, and then those registered as strikes and balls, actually offense would probably go down because those corners would all be so precise. There would be more called strike threes and called strike ones and twos.
Bounce to short. Hernandez goes back, makes the throw across.
And sometimes the ball right on the corner or just off the corner is called a strike, but more often than not, let's just say 2 out of 3 are called balls. And so that makes those areas gray as far as the percentage of accurately called strikes in reality with a human umpire.
Foul ball and a strike. Bo Naylor. One for 2 is Naylor with the fly out to right. Wasn't just any fly out. Looked like a bloop hit for a while. Jay Hay had other plans. Hayward still in the game in right field. Rosario now at second, where Mookie Betts was. And Rosario, you saw, came in as a pinch runner in the top of the 6th. Shifted over on the right side for Naylor. The lefty swings through, strike 2.
That changeup was ridiculous, and especially the way he's filling the strike zone up with the fastball and coming at you. Then that depth on that changeup? Are you kidding me? That's like split finger fastball type action.
Pair of 23-year-olds here. Pepiot to Naylor. The 3-2 pitch. Line for a base hit into right center.
Good piece of hitting. A high fastball away, and he does a nice job getting the barrel on top of it and then releasing the top hand to get some extension through it. That's a sweet swing.
Back to the top for Cleveland. Stephen Kwan in. First pitch strike.
This will tell you how good Ryan Pepiot's stuff is. Got a bat control guy up there, contact guy, plus some pop.
He doesn't swing and miss often. In fact, you think back to last year, he had the streak. 6th game of his big league career. First AB, second pitch, he foul tipped a pitch. Now a foul tip counts as a whiff, and it was the first time in 40 swings that he didn't either put it in play or foul it off. 116 pitches. You see the back control there on that foul ball. 116 pitches. The most without a swing and miss for any batter to start a big league career since 2000. Pepiot ahead of him 0-2. Here's the pitch. Fouls it away.
Back control at the plate, but really good control on the mound. This is the first time that Ryan Pepiot has been in the stretch since being out there and hasn't thrown a ball. So moving from the windup to the stretch has not upset his rhythm or what he needs to do.
And Kwan dumps one down into center. Back-to-back singles for Cleveland.
That's the danger of a contact hitter right there. That's an outstanding changeup. Gets him off balance, ruins the bat speed, gets it off the end of the bat, but it bloops into center field. Most hitters are out. Most hitters hit ground balls. Most hitters hit pop-ups. Kwan finds a way to get some of the barrel on it and get the right trajectory.
Dodgers lead by 5, but have to be careful this part of the order, because Jose Ramirez can change things quickly. The DH in this third game of the series. 95-mile-per-hour strike from Pepiot.
This is where you've got to remember he's been trying to do too much for his team. You don't need to throw him a strike now. Almost got him to bite a little bit higher with that changeup. You get the swing. Even still, right here, go for the edges. Don't go for the middle or halves.
Two on, two out in the sixth. 1-1 to Ramirez, misses high. Ramirez took Clayton Kershaw deep in the first inning last night. It was his first home run since July 30th. Now the 2-1 from Pepiot. Yanked it.
Austin Barnes had the right idea because Pepiot's had a good feel for the changeup, and they went with it there in a 2-1 count to a power hitter to try and get him out front. Ryan just didn't throw it in any way to make it look like a strike.
His 40th pitch, the 3-1 to Ramirez. Hits one to right. Hayward will come in and make the catch. A soft liner ends the sixth inning and the threat for the Guardians, preserving a 5-run lead. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. Dodgers nearing the end of their visit to the land. Cleveland, Ohio. 3-game series wraps up with this game, which the Dodgers lead 7-2 in the top of the 7th. It's Oral Hershiser with Kirsten Watson down on the field. I'm Steven Nelson here. The Dodgers will hop on a plane this evening and head to Boston. 3-game series at Fenway Park. Hayward with a bouncer to short. One down.
Stepping to the plate now for LA, center fielder James Upton.
It was a big base hit the last time James was up. When you come into an at-bat striking out 7 out of your last 8 plate appearances, and you're in a 2-strike count in a situation where you don't want to strike out because you want to drive in a run with a productive out, they go high fastball, which has been his Achilles heel lately, and they missed down, and he stroked it into right field. And that had to feel really good, like I can come out of slumps quicker than some of the older ones that I've had to go through.
It wasn't a cheapie either.
No, it was a Lina. Just the confidence of getting hit in your back pocket can break everything. Break the streak of making outs, break the mental part of the game, get you back into a good place.
Full count.
You're at home watching a game and you see where the catcher's glove is, especially in a 2-strike count. You can understand what the data says. So the glove there is down the middle, and it was a breaking ball. They were trying to just throw a breaking ball for a strike, but the pitch before that, the glove was at the top of the strike zone. They went for a fastball and it was too high. The catcher will tell you what the data says.
One out walk. Here's Michael Busch again. In the 4th inning, he launched his first major league home run. 401 feet to center field. Back that up with a sac fly in the 5th. He's driven in 2 of the Dodgers' 7 so far.
You got that next level information when you were down by the cage talking to him, putting the bat on the shoulder, feeling more relaxed with his hands. Well, that's what he does right here, and he gets a breaking ball, and he supplied most of the power when it's a breaking ball, hitting it though just barely over 400 feet.
Good check. StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, takes you on a ride with that home run ball.
And you don't need the ghost wall for this one.
No, you definitely do not.
You can hit it over the real wall.
That's hit left field, drifting toward the line. Kwon in, makes the catch. Try to throw across to get Outman. They do not. But
Calhoun had it hurdle out and over there to try and keep that ball in front of him. That showed Kwon's baseball IQ, just really, really good, knowing that it's going to be a long way that Outman is going to leave first base on a ball that possibly he's going to try and get to second. So when he makes this catch after the long run, he knows that Outman is a good 1/4 to 2/3 away from first base.
First pitch swinging for Kike Hernandez, right field line. It will drift out of play. I think Stephen Kwan's made another fan here.
Oh, I like him a lot.
You know, so I told the story about how he grew up really liking Dave Roberts. Talking to Kwan before the series got started, I was like, "Hey, have you ever met Doc?" He's like, "No, but I still get kind of starstruck." So I talked to Doc. I was like, "Hey, Dave, Stephen Kwan wants to meet you." He's like, "I want to meet him, but the weather has not cooperated because it's messed with the schedule, so we'll connect them digitally."
I'm a big fan of hitters with a leg lift, and not only, you know, a left-handed hitter with a leg lift, but, you know, Justin Turner as a right-hander. Kike's cut down on his leg lift, but when you are a leg lift guy and can control that balance and that rhythm, I just think it's one of the prettier swings in baseball.
It's like a dance.
It really is, and it takes such great discipline with your mind, and it takes such great coordination with your body, and it's so much fun to watch. It's a very artistic swing. You know, there's the guys that can spread out and drop into their quads and, you know, use the ground force production without barely even moving or getting rid of their stride completely and just maybe lifting their front heel and putting it back down on the ground, and they can hit with strength. But those other guys with the high leg kick and the balance, it's just very graceful.
Gao Kike spins out of the way, 1-2.
And then when they can do what he's done with the bat control and the rhythm control to be able to hit the fastball, all of a sudden have the fast twitch fiber, bam, get the foot down, and then being able to hold the hands back and hit the off-speed stuff.
Hernandez, 2 strikes, hits one on the line to center field. Laureano ain't gonna get it. One hops off the warning track, hits the wall. Green light for Outman, hustling around third. And he scores an RBI double for the birthday boy, Kike Hernandez.
There continues to be very productive pieces in this Dodger offense, and Kike Hernandez down in the 8th spot. Austin Barnes in the 9th spot with a base hit. Kike with 2 doubles in the 8th spot. Michael Busch in the 7 hole with a home run. This is when the Dodger offense has woken up. I mean, 5 games prior to the game earlier today, they were averaging only just over 2.5 runs. They get a lot of runs in game 1 today, finishing it off, and now they've got an 8 runs here in the second game.
Bottom of the order with Austin Barnes, who's 1 for 3 with the single. Every Dodger with a plate appearance today has reached base safely.
Pretty much when it's Mookie and Freddie, they score, you know, 2 or 3, 3 or 4.
Take it to the bank.
And when it's everybody, they score 6 or 7 or more.
Barnes in the air, left center field. Laureano drifts over and has the third out of the 7th. But Kike gives the Dodgers one more. It's an 8-2 lead. Let's stretch. We need to.
In attendance on August 29th and receive a Chris Taylor bobblehead presented by Spectrum. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Chris Taylor into this game, Kirsten. At shortstop, Kike Hernandez at first base. So Freddie Freeman out of the ball game for the Dodgers. Who lead the Guardians 8-2. 3, 4, and 5. The Guardian order against Ryan Pepiot in the bottom of the 7th. Ground ball to first base. Hernandez takes it himself. Retiring Cole Calhoun, easier said than done for him as an opponent for the Dodgers. He's really hurt LA when he's played him. First played a good chunk of this year in Oklahoma City in the Dodgers system.
It is funny how a guy in an opposing uniform, if you ever have a chance to get him, if he's been a guy who's kind of owned you, the scouts like him.
He's really good. Just pick him up.
I don't know how he plays against everybody else, but we'll just do well by getting him on our team so he can't play against us. The Guardians scored 8 straight runs to take game 1, and they won 8-3. Since then, the Dodgers have outscored them 14-3. Looks like they're going to take the series.
And today it was 2-0 Guardians, and the Dodgers have scored 8 straight.
Yeah. I like your math. So you're saying we got a chance.
You need to double and triple check it.
No.
As we've
Dr. Krajewski, he checks everything.
Pepiot with another strikeout. It's Laureano for a second time. He's got 4.
6 total for the Dodgers, 4 more, and you know what that's going to mean. We're going to have to figure out if everybody in the local LA area gets 2 jumbo jacks or not. They are getting so many promos because they have just become a subject.
And I wonder if their hotline's getting phone calls from Dodger fans. Oral Hershiser told me today.
I told you how to get more. Go to different Jack in the Boxes and get the jumbo jack deal from the 10 strikeouts from the Dodgers.
You know you're wearing a microphone.
Just whisper to a few people that
it doesn't make it less true. 1-2 ahead of Jimenez.
Go on Waze and find the closest jumbo jacks to each other and just walk in a circle around and just keep getting more and more. My email is going to light up now.
Oh, heads up, Ryan. Buzz the tower. Ground ball. Taylor at short. Shifted over in the hole. He's okay. 1, 2, 3, 7th for Pepiot. Up on the D-backs and the Giants by 12 games. Still this game to finish. You're in a good position to do so on the winning end. It's 8-2 in the top of the 8th. Ahmed Rosario came in as a pinch runner for Mookie Betts. Hitting down the leadoff spot. Chris Taylor came in for Freddie Freeman on deck. Doesn't chase there. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Acquired for Noah Syndergaard, who started the series opener for Cleveland. Didn't factor into the decision, but had a quality start. Now Rosario with a fly ball to left field. Kwan at the wall. Not going to make the play. Rosario takes off for third, using the wheels and sliding in safely with a leadoff triple.
We know he's got pop, but he's even got pop when he doesn't have complete balance. This ball is out in front, a breaking ball, and he's got just enough swing to get there. Put some backspin on it, put some distance on it. You can see it was a home run if they don't have the double-decker fence. And then when you get to see him run. And I really like at the end when he slides and feels the ball hit him. He gets his head up on swivel like, where did it go?
Now Taylor, first pitch swinging, fly ball to center field. Rosario tagging on third. Laureano with the arm, throws home. It is a strike. We said it earlier in the series. Ramon Laureano has an arm. They called him Laser Ramon, and he showed it off there.
This is not a consequential run at the plate, but it's a beautiful baseball play. Great release. Unbelievable rocket right on line. Beautiful play.
Dodgers not challenging the play. Dave Roberts just stood at the top step of the dugout, both hands on his hips, staring at Laureano. Like, really?
Put him on the mound. Make him a two-way player.
Peralta squeaks a base hit by a diving Tyler Freeman.
Dodgers have hit the ball softly during this series and during this game. The game earlier, gotten a few hits, but this inning, I didn't see what the sign said, but this inning they've hit the ball really hard. Nothing to show for it, but hard hit balls.
Let's go downstairs to Kirsten Watson.
We all know it's been a bit of a longer day for all of us, but we have some guys down here who like to keep the energy up, make it a little fun here and there. So Miguel Rojas has decided to make some signs for a few of the guys.
Nice,
one of them, David Peralta, this time on a hit. The last time was a walk. And so, yeah, take that ball.
Take that ball, says Max Muncy, ripping one into the corner in right field.
That's
2-out double.
4 hard hit balls in this game. Even the fly ball to center where they get thrown out at the plate was hard hit. This one by Max might be right up there with Rosario's double. Miguel Rojas having some fun. Isn't it nice to see the veterans bring the energy? It doesn't take the kids to get it done. Max with a nice swing right here. He's hitting some hard luck in this series, hitting some balls hard and found some guardians, but right there finds nobody but outfield grass and warning track.
2 on, 2 out for Jason Hayward. And look, you could say Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, the 2 best players. It's their clubhouse, but they're not alone in that clubhouse. Position player standpoint, veterans, young guys, they got a lot of good dudes, complementary pieces, complementary characters and energies. All those adding up to what feels like a special group.
They don't need a front, but it's a stronger front and a stronger message when it comes from multiple voices from multiple areas. If it's somebody from the bullpen, somebody from the rotation, somebody from the infield, somebody from the outfield, it really is a complete team chemistry.
Hayward hits it hard, but right into the ground, fielded by Gaddis. In the 8th inning, the Dodgers, it felt like they scored runs in that 8th. They did not, but it's still an 8-2 lead. Adrian Gonzalez standing by for Access Sportsnet. Dodgers and the post-game show. Congrats, MB. Now we assume that's for Michael Busch in his first home run, but it could be Mookie Betts just because he's on fire. So congrats, Mookie. You're doing great. No, it's for Michael. First big league home run. Part of the 8 straight runs put up by the Dodger offense.
Oh, don't get hurt. He's got 8 big league innings, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts, and an embarrassing fall. It just slipped. I think he slipped again. You might want to check that landing area and maybe dig a little of the dirt out, or maybe we've gotten down to some moisture because they got a lot of rain last night. I'm not sure everything was covered.
The mound does not need a tarp. No.
I know you don't want to see the tarp people. I know you don't even call them the grounds crew here anymore. They're the tarp people.
The tarpons.
Yeah.
Count's been 0-2 for a while. A lot of foul balls from Arias. Pepio's 8th. Taking on a ride to center field. James Outman's going to watch that one go into the shrubbery. It's a solo home run for Arias. So it's now 8-3.
Overall, this Guardians team is a team that likes to swing the bat and get contact. They don't have a lot of power, but this ball is hit very powerfully. It is a long way out there, probably over 410 feet.
First run since the second inning for Cleveland. Dodger lead shrinks to 5. That's a sword and the second strike.
Home run was 425.
Ground ball to first. First baseman Kike Hernandez does it himself.
It's a good job by Ryan Pepio to not let the home run scare you out of the strike zone. Still gets into a good pitcher's count at 1-2. Throws a good changeup, gets that ground ball, gets right back into the rhythm. This is a level where the hitters get paid too.
You know, another part of this 2023 season for the 23-year-old Pepio, who delivers strike 1 to Tyler Freeman. It wasn't just that he was hurt. Again, he had won a job in the Los Angeles Dodgers starting rotation for opening day. He's ahead 0-2, but he wasn't able to do anything about it. Like literally nothing for 3 weeks. And during that span, he had to watch other Dodger rookie pitchers come up and get extended run and opportunity. 0-2 is fouled back into the netting. But Pepio said he didn't feel a type of way about that because he was able to watch guys that he came up through the system with realize the shared dream that they all had their whole lives. Strike 3 swinging. It's number 5 for Pep.
I know exactly what he was going through because I saw Fernando Valenzuela come up. I saw Tom Niedenfear come up. I saw Alejandro Pena come up, and all of them that I had played with and went up to the big leagues and had success. And I was still in the minors, and it was like, okay, I know their ability. I know what they can do, and if they're doing it, I got a shot. It brings you confidence when you see your teammates because you know the scouting report on your teammates better than almost anybody.
Yeah.
You know their work ethic. You know their habits. You know their off the field habits. And now you see them produce at the big league level and you know the formula in some ways. And it really gives you confidence that you can do it too. Think about Gavin Lux starting shortstop for the Los Angeles Dodgers and his injury.
No doubt.
I mean, these two, one a pitcher and one an everyday player, going to play shortstop for the Los Angeles Dodgers, losing that opportunity because of injury.
Strike one. A 9-hitter Naylor. So it's 3 balls and a strike. And young players learn that's a huge part of being a big leaguer, being a pro. 3-1 foul away fills up the count. It's being there when you're not out there, or you can't be out there.
Pretty much everybody's going to have a career, and they're going to have injuries during their career. To have it right at the very beginning is really hard. But Ryan Pepiot has done the best with the injury and then the comeback and then showing up here and really doing a number. I mean, today he's in the strike zone first pitch close to 70%. He's in the strike zone continuously throughout the count, over 70%.
Yeah, to Naylor. Good battle going.
I mean, if Mookie Betts is on a hit parade, Ryan Pepiot is on a strike throwing parade.
75 pitches now. That's strike 3. Dotted on the inside corner. Back-to-back punch outs for Pep.
Coming up in Boston, there is a TBD listed for Sunday. So on Friday, we'll see Lance Lynn. Saturday, Julio Urias. Sunday, there are a couple young guys who are in the conversation that we could be seeing come in after an opener. That's Emmett Sheehan as well as Gavin Stone. So we haven't been told just yet who exactly it's going to be, but we do know that Bobby Miller is going to have the start on Monday. And then Clayton Kershaw, as much as his outing yesterday was limited, they're going to keep him on his regular rest so that he has to start on Tuesday, guys.
Well, thanks for all that, Kirsten. That's great stuff for Dodger fans to digest before the weekend. That's exciting either way, whether it's Emmett Sheehan and his ridiculous fastball or seeing Gavin Stone and seeing what kind of progress has been made in their time down in the minors getting ready for their next shot. But Ryan Pepiot, as we've seen his first 2 outings up at the major league level, he came back ready. Fly out for James Outman to begin the top of the 9th inning. Evan Phillips warming in the Dodger bullpen.
That could be a side work. It could be he's coming in the game because he's the only one throwing, and Ryan Pepiot was getting congratulations from teammates and from Mark Pryor. So yeah, Evan Phillips will be in the game. He hasn't pitched in a while. Remember, the Dodgers had 2 days off. Slip. We need Bob Uecker right now.
Just a bit out
inside.
Oh yeah. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
I messed it up. I tried to. Yeah.
Next time they have the replay, let me take it.
Okay, sorry. Wait. Levy Ben, let's show it again.
No, he's not going to show it. It's not worth it.
Fell back.
You take it. I'm going to give you it.
No.
Just a bit inside.
Nailed it.
You know Bob Uecker's theory on catching a knuckleball because he was a big league catcher. Once it goes by him, wait till it stops rolling and pick it up.
Fly ball to center. Mr. Baseball, man. He's
go back, go on YouTube and watch his appearances on the Tonight Show.
At bat now for the Dodgers, number 8, Kike Hernandez.
A 2-for-4 birthday game for Kike with 2 doubles, 11 extra base hits. Back as the Dodger. Kike puts one in the air to left field. That ball's hit well. That ball's gone. That's a birthday bomb.
Now batting for the Dodgers, number 15, Austin Barnes.
Austin Barnes follows it up with a base hit to right field.
Austin, another multi-hit day. Nice day, 2 for 5. After the home run, Kike Hernandez.
Rosario pops straight back. Puts out a play.
401 feet for the birthday boy on that home run.
Same distance as Michael Busch's. And then Rosario's last time up, his first triple as a Dodger. It's on the ground to short. And that will end the top of the 9th inning. The Dodgers get a run back, push the lead back to 6. 3 more outs before a series win can be celebrated. Bang. His day is done.
We're going to hand it over to Evan Phillips, and this bullpen has really responded to one little hurdle that they had. The last 14 innings pitched, they've only given up 3 earned runs. That's an ERA of 1.93. Have a scoreless inning here, Evan Phillips, and you're going to lower that ERA to 1.8 over their last 15 innings. That's what he's looking to do.
Haven't seen Phillips since last Saturday, home against Miami.
This is one of those ones that for Evan, you know, he hasn't been a closer his whole life. He hasn't been the ace in the bullpen his whole life. So it'll be a little easier for him to get the adrenaline in an outing like this where they just want him to get some work. But a guy who's been a lifelong closer from the minor leagues all the way through the big leagues in a lot of years. You're thinking Craig Kimbrell, you're thinking Kenley Jansen. These are the outings that you worry about for those guys because they need their walk-up music. They need that situation where it's a tie game or a 1-run lead or coming into a jam. They need that adrenaline. Well, Evan has had a long history of going up the ladder and reaching this pinnacle of his career right now. So he should be fine.
It's some good work here in the bottom of the 9th. Facing the top of the Guardian order. Stephen Kwan is 2 for 4. Bounce down the line, just foul.
That's a Freddie Freeman type attempt. Stay inside it, beat the defense. Don't try to do too much. Get yourself a little squibber, blooper, quail over to the side of the defense that only has 1 defender. Quan runs a little faster than Freddie. It's a lot of stories today.
Yeah.
Take that ball. I think he may be trying to get Quan to see it, get a laugh out of him.
And now you see Kwan's 2-strike approach again.
All the stories today. We talk about Kike's birthday and a home run and 2 other hits. Talk about Michael Busch's first home run as a big leaguer. Ryan Pepio and what he did. Mookie Betts and what he's done. The bullpen's response. The offense, overall offense, getting 9 runs. It's been quite a day after the suspension, continuation of game 2 in the series. And they're going to win the series. Their 7th series in a row.
Sky to left. One away. You know, taking the weather off the table and all the delays, it's been a good trip here to Progressive Field. The hospitality shown to you, throwing out your ceremony first pitch, welcoming you back to the Guardian family. You know, getting to hang out during the rain delay with Tom Hamilton, Rosie, sharing stories. But you know, our crew here, Huggy Bear, Bix, Doc, Lacey,
really good people.
Taking care of us for sure. I'm grateful for that.
And they've stuck through it too, because the delays affect their lives too.
No doubt.
Work longer hours, maybe get a little overtime. I don't know.
Put their business in the streets.
Huggy Bear, do you get overtime? Huggy Bear's got high home. I don't know if we can get a shot of him. I don't know if you can see him behind the big camera.
You know what? He was putting overtime in as our security escort.
There he is.
Trey.
He has shown us, because we know how to get out of the stadium, but we don't know how to get out of the stadium dry. So he has shown us a few times how to walk out of the stadium, how to get back to the hotel. If we don't want to wait for the team bus, we can walk back the 2.5 blocks. It gets us out of the stadium in the right direction, and he gets you out of the stadium dry to the buses.
Popped up right side. Kike will have a play on it in foul ground. Make it.
In between games, it didn't look like we were going to get to eat, and he went and got us a pizza. The guy, he does like food.
Two down in the bottom of the 9th. Calhoun, it's been a long day. Jason Hayward's going to end it with that catch. That's a series win for LA.
Well, we're going to get on a plane and we're going to follow the storm to Boston, but I hope it doesn't drop any rain there and they get to play 3 games, 9 innings. Let's sweep the Red Sox and continue this string of great play by the Los Angeles Dodgers.
It'll make for a happier flight, we always say. Definitely smiles for Michael Busch, launching his first big league home run. Mookie Betts stays hot. Kike Hernandez with a birthday bomb. And how about the Dodger bullpen with these 2 games today? For Kirsten Watson, Oral Hershiser, and our terrific crew, I'm Steven Elson. Thanks for watching. Rest up. We got 3 more at Fenway Park starting tomorrow night.